So my client asked me a question the other day, and I thought I would make a video about it because I know that it's a question that many of you had wondered. How long does it take for a dismissive avoidant to regret losing you? The truth is that the timeline really varies. It's very different for every avoidant, and it varies depending on how avoidant they are, how deep and how meaningful and serious the relationship was, and also how much they loved and they cared about you. But as a general rule of thumb, I would say to give it 6 months to up to a year of no contact before they really start to miss you and feel the weight of what they lost. And you have to be in complete no contact for this to work. So let's walk through a general timeline of what happens for a DA after a breakup. In the first 1 to 2 months after a breakup, the dismissive avoidant feels relief. They feel like they have made the right choice, they rationalize the breakup, and they avoid thinking about you emotionally. They are disconnected from any kind of grief or sadness because it hasn't hit them yet. They seem completely fine and like they've gotten on with their lives like nothing happened. During months 2 to 5, they go through what I like to call the yo-yo phase. They start to feel safer. They haven't been speaking to you, so their nervous system is no longer activated. So now they might start to think about you more, but they're still in semi-suppression mode. But they do begin to notice your absence, and they might start to want to talk to you again or miss certain things about you, but they are most likely not going to act on it. And they go through this sort of yo-yo phase where feelings start to bubble up and then they suppress it again, and it comes up and they catch it and they push it back down. And this is also the phase where they are most likely to get into a new relationship. And it's because they're starting to notice those uncomfortable feelings of emptiness and longing, and that comes up. They feel something missing, and so they want someone else to replace you with. And this is when you are going to find them back on dating apps or just, dating around and looking for a new relationship. Some DAs might reach out during this time, but if they do, it will usually be something very casual and low effort, like a "hey, how are you" kind of text. After 6 to 8 months, this is when it really starts to hit them and they start to struggle internally. They may begin to doubt their decision, miss your energy, and feel the impact of losing you. And now they are likely eager to reconnect. And some may pop back up, and others will still struggle to reach out or articulate how they feel because they feel embarrassed and they don't want to get rejected. If you make it to month 9 to 12 with no contact and you haven't checked in on them at all, this is when they will definitely be feeling some level of regret. They may begin to spiral and wonder, did I make a mistake? Has she now moved on? Now they really feel like they lost you and that you're not coming back. The thing is with a DA is that you'll often never know how they really feel because they're so good at suppressing emotions and not showing any emotions. They may give in to that urge to contact you, or they might suppress it and rationalize it and say that there's no point because they don't want to get rejected. And either way, it is pointless in wondering when they might come back around because in some cases they never will. However, what I will say is that if the relationship was meaningful to them and you felt like the feelings were sincere, then they will eventually hit that delayed wall of grief. They will realize what they lost eventually, and they will feel bad about how they left things with you. It's just that they will be dealing with these emotions in silence and try to get other distractions to fill that void. The process for a dismissive avoidant is often really slow and quiet, and it really happens after you have long moved on and they will no longer matter to you anymore because you will have processed from it, you will have healed from that experience and chosen yourself. I hope this video was helpful. If this happened to you and you want to talk to me, I will leave the link to book a session down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.